Midterms coming up on Tuesday, and right now, the son, one of them, of the President of the United States, now joins us from the heart of Manhattan. There he is, Eric Trump. You were just here in Las Vegas a few days ago, and I know you had a chance to talk to voters here. What were they most concerned with when they were talking to you?
Yeah, I was, Dan. I was there for for a bunch of the candidates. I was there for Dean Heller. I was there for Crescent Hardy. I mean, I went all over the place, and I mean, truly amazing enthusiasm. And listen, people are excited. This country is winning. This country is winning on every front right now. We've got the best economy we've ever had. We have the lowest unemployment. We have the lowest Hispanic unemployment, the lowest African American unemployment, the lowest female unemployment. Our GDP growth is through the roof, as you probably know better than anybody. We have 4.2% GDP growth. Right now in America, we have 7.2 million open jobs, meaning available jobs. We've got more available jobs in this country right now than people to fill those jobs. That's how well our economy is doing. And listen, 401ks have skyrocketed. Small businesses are doing great because of the tax cuts. The average person in this country has about $2,400 more in their pocket every year because of the tax cuts. I mean, this country is on fire. We are the #1 rated economy anywhere in the world. Again, manufacturing is coming back. Consumer confidence is through the roof. And America is just doing wonderfully. It is doing amazingly well. And my father's rebuilding the military. He wants to have the strongest military on the face of this earth. ISIS has been really handled. That problem is pretty much gone. North Korea has been handled. My father's taken on prescription drugs. The price of prescription drugs has just gotten insane. I mean, absolutely insane. He's taken on prison reform. He's obviously doing everything he can to protect the southern border, taking on the opioid crisis. But America's winning again. We're the most envied nation in the world. We're #1 at everything we're doing right now. And it's really the reason people have to get out and vote tomorrow. We have to keep it going. If Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are in there, it's unthinkable. It's going to be an absolute disaster. They will resist. They will obstruct. They stand for high taxes. They want to attack law enforcement. I mean, it'll be a disaster, Dana. It'll be a disaster.
So, Eric, I don't have to tell you this. We live in an extremely divided country right now. What role do you think your father has played in that, if any?
Yeah. Listen, my father's the one person who didn't need this job. I would see him at at the table in the morning or on a plane. He'd be reading a newspaper and he'd see an article. America gives $150 billion to Iran, a country that hates our guts. We gave $150 billion to, instead of putting it into our educational system, or instead of putting it into infrastructure, or instead of putting it into so many other, good causes, or, giving it to our vets, giving it to our military. And, and he had to run. He's the one person who didn't need this job. And, the media got it wrong, and they double down, and they double down again, and they double down again. And quite frankly, I think they caused a lot of the divisiveness. I think, the other side has caused a tremendous amount of divisiveness. But, if you zoom out, if you get rid of all the noise for a minute, I mean, again, everything that I just said, I mean, by every quantifiable metric, we are the #1 economy in the world. We are the #1 military in the world. I mean, everything that we're doing, I mean, America's winning again. Our jobs are pouring back into our country. I mean, if you look between 2001 and 2016, Dana, this country lost 70,000 factories, 70,000, right? I mean, think about how many lives that is. Think about how many families that is, because, our politicians decided to raise taxes so companies could no longer compete. They decided to overregulate companies, right? They decided to let, China put tariffs on us and totally rip us off, and we lost all our jobs. Under Obama, certain points under Obama, we had 10.5% unemployment. Today, we have 3.7% unemployment. The world's doing unbelievably well. So if you can get past the noise, if you can get past the nonsense, I mean, we are in the most successful America that we have ever had, right this minute. And as Americans, as a civilian, I couldn't be more proud of the guy. He's done an unbelievable job, and Republicans will continue to do an unbelievable job. And it's why people have to get out there and vote tomorrow. It is just critically important. And you're truly one of the most important states in the country. And Dean Heller's a great guy. And Crescent Hardy, I've gotten to know very well. Crescent's an amazing person. We need the support of them in Washington.
So I don't have to tell you this. You've seen the polling, and polling can be wrong. Look what happened 2 years ago in your father's race. Yeah. That's an indication. But there are polls out there indicating that Democrats may take the House of Representatives. If that happens, will your father see that as a referendum on what he's done over the last 2 years?
Well, listen, I think it'd be a disaster if they did take the House. I mean, you'd have Nancy Pelosi in there. You'd have Chuck Schumer in there. I mean, Nancy Pelosi wants to do nothing but resist and obstruct. They have no good ideas. You know, they stand for everything that America shouldn't stand for. They stand for high taxes. They stand for attacking law enforcement. They stand for abolishing ICE. I mean, whoever thought a platform where you want to, you know, they've come out, we want to double people's taxes in this country. I mean, if we ever double taxes in this country, we would put ourselves in the next Great Depression. I mean, we'd go into an instant recession. And, you know, the reason America is doing so well and growing as fast as it is and has the fastest growing GDP in maybe the history of our country is because of low taxes and less regulation and a pro-business environment. It's why wages are increasing. I mean, wages are going up for the first time in 16 years. They went up 3.1% this year. I mean, it's an incredible thing. And, you know, Nancy Pelosi on CNN this weekend, she goes, you know, well, you know, if we win the House, I'm just going to use subpoena power. I'm just going to subpoena everybody, you know, that's on the other side. I'm going to subpoena everybody. I'm going to make their lives absolutely miserable. And I'm sitting there saying, is that really what you want for this country? Just subpoena after subpoena? I mean, how about a platform that actually fixes, you know, issues? And listen, it's why I think we're going to do well. But Republicans can't take it for granted. If you're happy with the direction of this country, if you're happy with your job, if you're happy about that recent pay increase, you've got to go out and you've got to vote. And it will be, I really mean this, Dan, it will be pandemonium under Nancy Pelosi and a Chuck Schumer. I mean, they will just resist and obstruct. They would rather see this country fail than see my father succeed. And it is, it's truly the saddest thing in the world. We're
going to find out how it all turns out shortly. Tomorrow night, the results will be in. Eric Trump from Manhattan, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it.
Dana, thank you.